What the fuck? He did like a complete 360. Like, he looked around before he died. Oh, he's dead. Ooh.
Nervous, aren't you? Just peek one time.
All friendlies eliminated.
If only, dude. God damn.
That would have just smacked her.
What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some Dallas gameplay, and today we are going to talk about the King Cobra weapon changes. So let's head over and check it out. All right, guys, we have some very substantial weapon changes coming with the King Cobra or the Rambo update, and let's just run through them and give our thoughts and opinions on them. So we're going to start out with the sniper rifles, of course, the most popular weapon in the game. The LR-15 full body, the level 3 upgrade damage fall off has been removed, but the new level 3 upgrade increases scoped movement speed and headshot damage. For the tier, the level 3 upgrade damage fall off has been removed, and now the new level 3 upgrade for the tier is going to reduce recoil and increase headshot damage. So to me, it's like, I play primarily demolition. How much more does the headshot need to do? You already one-tap someone, whether they have armor or not. You already one-tap someone whenever they have whatever passive ability that they have. You're already one-tapping. Why are we increasing the headshot damage? It honestly makes absolutely no sense. So to me, this headshot damage thing feels like it has something to do with armor, feels like it has something to do with battle zone, possibly, but more so armor. And I think that there's something big that's going to be coming with demolition or other single life game modes in the future that's actually going to have some type of armor changes to it. I don't know. That's a whole different topic. Anyway, the KA-30, they have increased the fire rate of the KA-30. So they can't leave the weapon alone. To me, the KA-30 right now feels pretty good. The KA-30 has felt great in the past. It's felt weak in the past. I said at one point that the KA-30 needs some changes to it, maybe some buffs. The next update, it had huge buffs where it was a laser beam. Now they're increasing the fire rate of it, which in turn is going to increase the recoil of it and going to make it a little bit harder to control, which in turn is going to increase the time to kill of it because you're not changing any damage values. So that means whatever percentage faster that this weapon is going to be firing, it's going to be firing, doing that much damage over time, which is going to make the TTK like way shorter for that weapon, like way shorter, and it's just crazy. Like, I don't understand why that, and they give a blurb here about it. They're trying to re-identify the weapon. Okay, we've made changes to this weapon every update for like the past 4 updates, and now we're changing the identity of the weapon. What? Okay, what? The Sahara, they decreased the fire rate slightly, but increased the bloom slightly. So basically, the Sahara is king right now. The KA-30 got banned in the CMG 10K LAN event. Why? It doesn't make sense to me. Everybody was running Sahara. What's the difference? If everybody had access to the KA-30, they would probably be running the KA-30. So it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But the Sahara specifically has been one of those weapons that over the last couple of updates, it's always been a very strong weapon. It's always been a very viable weapon, in my opinion. It just depends on how you can control it. And they made it easier to control. And then they started messing with some of the values of things. It's like, here we go again with this. They're decreasing the fire rate and they're increasing the bloom of it. They're basically making the Sahara a light machine gun AR. At this point, it's going to be like a hybrid LMG AR. It's going to hit hard, it's going to fire slow, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult to control. So that's what we're getting from that. And I'm okay with the Sahara changes. Like, it makes sense, and it's something that has needed to be brought in line for quite a while now. But with weapon mastery, we're just going to move on next to probably like the Mark IV. That's what I see happening. So the Arbitrator, the level 3 upgrade now provides less range. The spread has been increased, and the fire rate upgrade now provides less fire rate. So they're reducing the range of it. They really don't tell how much they're reducing it, but they're reducing the range of it. The spread has been increased, which they said when they were doing the shotgun changes, the huge shotgun changes to where the pellet damage does a specific amount, this, that, and the other, that they were increasing the spread for the Arbitrator then because it was going to allow you to have more consistent damage output. This to me sounds like it's going to have even more consistent damage output. Even though you're pulling the range back, That means that the spread, and once it hits that range, is going to be even wider, which means if you have multiple people standing in front of you, there's a possibility that you could hit the center person like full damage and still pepper the outer two people. I know that those situations don't come up very often, but that's the reality of the situation. Now, the arbitrator is that weapon that they're not really sure how they want to balance it or what they want to do with it. But to me, this doesn't feel like it's going to really change much. You're still going to have Lancer running it. She's still going to have all the benefits of running it because of her perks and her abilities. And the other rogues that have access to the shotguns that have really good perks and abilities are still going to be able to run it and still be able to be successful with it. The SKL6, the level 2 upgrade, now provides less range. This is something that was needed for this weapon for a while, but I think it kind of fell out of the limelight whenever people started realizing how potentially dangerous the arbitrator is. But it's good that they're hitting it at the same time that the arbitrator's getting hit. For the Hydra, the level 3 upgrade is now providing less range to it. So now you're not going to be able to get that 40 damage headshot from all the way across the map. You're going to have to get a little bit closer, which should in turn help the time to kill of the Hydra, but I don't think it's going to impact it that significantly. For the SLC, though, we have some crazy changes here. They are decreasing the fire rate specifically of the SLC, but they are increasing the body shot damage from 12 to 13, and they're increasing the headshot damage from 18 to 19. So they're making it fire a little bit slower, but they're compensating the damage, that's what they should have done with the KA-30, but they didn't. But they're basically making the SLC fire a little bit slower to be able to make it easier to control. I never felt like the SLC was hard to control at all. Especially whenever you run around with it, you're mainly hip firing it anyway. So it doesn't feel like it's crazy to control right out of the gate. Not like some of the other SMGs are, in my opinion. So this is a very weird, interesting choice, and it's kind of getting into that Knight territory. Like the Knight already fires slow, but you can increase the firing rate of it whenever you upgrade it to a certain point. This feels like it's falling too closely to that, but we'll actually have to break the numbers down and see how it feels whenever you're actually using it. For the LMPX, they increase the headshot damage at all ranges and they slightly reduce the fire rate. So the LMPX has always been kind of a hybrid SMG assault rifle, and basically they're trying to solidify that identity a little bit more by making it shoot a little bit slower, do a little bit more headshot damage to give you the opportunity so that you can capitalize on the headshot damage from this specific weapon. It's not supposed to be something that's ran around hip fired, even though you can absolutely do that. It's supposed to be something that is going to be a little bit more methodical and you're going to be able to hit more headshots. I prefer running the LMPX over like the majority of the SMGs because of how versatile it is. And honestly, I think that this is going to add to that versatility in a big way. So the D3DI, they did a lot of changes for this. So they decreased the headshot fall off damage at mid and long range. This will allow you to carry the 2-tap headshot kill at further ranges. They decreased the headshot fall off damage at long range, which will allow you to 3-tap headshot armored targets at further ranges. And they increased body shot damage at mid range, which will allow you to carry the 3-tap body shot kill a bit further. So the D3DI, they're basically trying to make it more of a more versatile type of weapon, kind of like the MXR and the Bishop. But I do feel like the D3DI fit in a very specific niche, and I think that it should have remained in that niche because it was very exciting to see people use this weapon and use it very successfully. Now they're just making it a little bit easier to use, an easier to use weapon, basically. Last up, we have the MXR. So they decrease the body shot fall off damage at mid and long range, which will allow you to 4-tap body shot kill at all ranges across the board. Give it a little bit more consistency. The fall off damage for it was a little rough. Like running Dahlia here lately with the MXR, it is a little bit rough, but it makes sense why that's there because of the fire rate of the weapon. So these are the King Cobra weapon changes, or the Rambo weapon changes, whatever you want to call it. And I feel like some of these weapon changes honestly do make sense. Most of them to me really don't make a whole lot of sense. It feels like we're falling into that territory now to where like, why are we changing the fire rate of weapons now? Like they've tweaked every single thing about the KA-30 that you can possibly tweak without touching the actual fire rate of the weapon. And now we're getting into that territory where we're going to start see them tweaking the fire rate. So instead of just upping the damage by one, by taking one less shot, we're just going to increase the fire rate to where it's going to basically amount to taking one less shot. They've already got their TTK in the game. By reducing the bloom, by pulling a lot of these shots in closer, making guns more accurate, making them more consistent over time, they changed the TTK to where they wanted it to be. Now they're going in and not only making those changes on top of everything, they're messing with the fire rate of the weapons, which is going to actually speed up or slow down the time to kill of the weapons. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense why some of these changes are happening. The headshot damage makes no sense. Unless we're getting a game mode in the future that very heavily relies on armor other than Battlezone, something that's actually in ranked and that's actually fun to play, it doesn't make sense why they're increasing the headshot damage for the snipers. It doesn't make sense why they are increasing or decreasing the fire rate for these weapons. They could have went in and they could have done a number of different adjustments to the weapons, and some of them I don't feel needed any adjustments whatsoever, like the SLC or the LMPX. But they're going in and tweaking all this stuff to try to make it easier to control, or make it harder to control, or make it do damage faster, or make it do damage slower. It doesn't make sense, man. And to me, it feels like this is the easy way to get out of some of those changes. They went the easy route, right? They went the easy route with upping the damage for all the weapons so that it takes one less bullet to down someone. Then they had to go back on it. Then they had to work, and they actually had to adjust the way that these weapons controlled. They actually had to adjust how the bloom in the game works and how precise everything was. And then now we're getting into the fire rate. Oh, it's doing too much damage? Well, we can't tweak the damage numbers, so let's just decrease the fire rate of it. I understand that it's contained in a vacuum, right? You only have an X amount of HP that each character has access to. If you do 23 damage and you drop it down to 22 damage, how much of a significant change is that going to make? Probably not all that much until you actually get in the game and actually start fiddling around with it. It's insane. People were excited about the arbitrator change. Good for them. I think that it's still just going to be as powerful as it always has been, because it's not the weapon that's the problem. It's the people that have access to the weapon. The Hydra, haven't really had that much of a complaint about the Hydra. It does fire very slow. It does hit very hard. That's the way that the gun was designed. When I see someone using the Hydra, I try to play smarter than they play, because they're just going to fucking stand there and shoot. The DMR changes do make a little bit more sense than everything else. It does feel like in a game like Rogue Company, where you have a long range, a mid range, and a short range, it doesn't feel like that long range exists all that often. Because when you're playing Demolition, you're trying to close a gap and plant a bomb. Whenever you're playing King of the Hill, you're trying to get on the hill itself. Whenever you're playing Team Deathmatch, you're basically running around just fragging out. It doesn't matter what the range is on 90% of the game modes. You can close gaps very, very quickly in this game. So to me, going from long range to mid range doesn't feel that substantial. Yes, you can see it with the damage numbers that you do and the damage output that you have, but on paper, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So there's some very interesting and unique changes that are coming here. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think that these changes are warranted? Do you think that they make sense? Please be sure to let me know what you think. Also, be sure to check the description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. And if you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, on Thursdays from 8 p.m. until 11 p.m. Central Time, I will be streaming Rogue Company. So if you want to hang out, please be sure to come over there and hit me up and get in some custom games. And also on Sundays, my wife and I will be playing BioShock 2. Starting at 10 a.m. until we get tired of playing. So please be sure to stop by, say hello, and wish us well. Thanks for watching, guys.
On B. Scorches.
Saw something. Yeah, right there.
Damn, what the fuck? What's she doing?
I think Griffith's up across. She's going back to meet him.
Enemies eliminated. That's what I'm.
Nervous, aren't you?
Sniper on stage.
They're
He hopped
B.
off. He's running to the
people.
middle.
What?
There's two.
Time, that's all I ask.
You just got my gun back there.
Spotted. Nervous, aren't ya?
It's her again.
He's on you.
I know.
Ain't
Well,
into that.
If Scorch is the last one left, I try to use it as a way to pinpoint where she's moving to. Oh, they got a fucking turtle in their team.
There it is. A turtle in that corner, I bet you.
Look if he's turtle enough for the turtle club.
Turtle, turtle. I mean, Granny Num Num was in there too,
There's
dude.
two. You're not crawling in there.
Somebody's over here.
Lancer just hopped the
Man,
wall.
she just mowed me down like I'm fucking trash. Dude, I'm literally looking at that stupid bitch. Look right at her and I got a shot.
Dude, fuck
What?
you. What was that?
I don't know, dude. You was
He's right
all
here.
over her. She's being
He's invisible.
She's invisible.
He's right here. He's in this corner. Is she up on top? Where the fuck? She's behind you.
They crushed us.
God damn
Fight
it.
harder.
She burnt you and then you just like got like 1 or 2 hits. I don't understand it.
Free damage there.
Yeah, right.
Just peek one time.
Yeah, that was fast. Why the fuck did it go away so quick?
Peek one time, that's all I ask. Lethal out.
From the steps. Behind us. It's that bitch. I don't know where she's at. Yeah,
She's
I
in
just
the
heard her.
corner. Yeah, she's over there. She's on this corner. Yep. That's exactly where she is.
You got really good shots, too.
There we go.
Nervous, aren't ya?
Eliminated.
There we go. I have it. But I don't want to. I want the fucking Dr. Disrespect.
The
I got-
roadblock for it. Just hold on.
I already did that. I bought the coins. Yeah, I'm just holding on to them.
Fuck that bitch right
Oh
off.
my god!
Watch out for Lancer.
She's over here.
Lethal
Oh,
out.
fuck.
I'm dead. No, I'm dead, dude. I tried to revive you, but of course, dude, like, I can't fucking hit her for some fucking reason. Like, I just can't. Hit that Lancer. Good shit. I'm just gonna sit back this time. Sit in the infield.
Nervous, aren't ya?
Mm-hmm. Lancer's right here.
Nervous, aren't ya?
I'm stuck. She's behind us. Maybe?
He's on that corner over here. She's done pulled back.
Nervous, aren't ya?
What? She's running, dude. Oh my god, dude.
She's behind this.
Enemy spotted.
Lancer? No way.
Right here.
Oh, she's over here.
Nervous, aren't ya?
Yep.
I'm planting the bomb.
You all made that look easy.
Are you kidding me? That's it?
What? You know?
Yeah. Squall.
Oh.
Body slam! Body slam! Gotta do it all, dude.
And veins popping out my forehead. I'm like,
My hair overlaps my face and slaps into my mouth. Body slam! True headbanger's ball.